Jim Holley, Supercross Live on supercrossonline.com here at Dodger Stadium 2012. Let's take a look back at 2011. What a great race we had here at the inaugural event at Dodger Stadium. On top was the man who won the championship last year, and that was RV, Ryan Villopoto. He had to work for it. He didn't get that start that he had. The start went to Brett Metcalf. Brett Metcalf led it for a few laps, but then unfortunately Brett Metcalf went down and handed it over to his teammate, Dungey, and then here comes the man who runs number 7, James Stewart.
Stewart so quick through the whoops, he tries the inside with Dungey. He got him.
James Stewart reeled him in, and it looked like James was going to go on to the win, but unfortunately James lost the front end in a right-hander. It was common for James last year to lose that front end. He lost it again, handed the lead back over to Ryan Villopoto, and Ryan Villopoto never looked back after that.
The inaugural Monster Energy AMA Supercross, an FIM World Championship victory at Dodger Stadium goes to Ryan Villopoto.
Here tonight at Dodger Stadium, the track is going to be treacherous. We thought it was going to be just a complete mutter, but the guys at Feld and Dirtworks, they've done a great job on preparing this track. It's going to be a great main event. Something that I like to see in a track is the over and under bridge. It's nice that they brought that back, because as a rider, if you have a big lead, you can kind of go over this over and under, and you can kind of judge and see where second place is. The other thing is the whoops. Just short and sweet this weekend at Dodger Stadium. I don't know if that helps or hurts a lot of the riders. I know for Chad Reed, he likes them a lot longer, but a guy like Dungey, he might like a shorter section of whoops there, and that's going to be the difference in the whoops. 2012, James Stewart here in round 3 at Dodger Stadium. He needs to get on that podium, and he needs to possibly get a win. He's had a 6th and he's had an 8th. I know James Stewart is not happy with that. He's been struggling with crashes, he's been struggling with his starts, but something interesting, I think they're trying a hydraulic clutch this weekend, so maybe that'll get James Stewart out, propel him to try and get that $1,500 from Nuclear Cowboys for that hole shot. Last weekend we saw a different Ryan Villopoto, and what I mean by that is the round 1 at Anaheim, he got the whole shot and he won, never looked back. Last week he had to work for it, had the problems in the first turn, came up through the pack to finish 3rd on that podium. And you know, one of the differences, his trainer, Eldon Baker. I talked to him a little bit earlier. You know, at one point, Eldon told me that Ryan Villopoto was up to 175 pounds. Well, now this year, he's down to 150 pounds. The difference between Ryan Villopoto and some of the other guys is he knows in that main event, he goes down in that first turn, he's got enough stamina and energy to ride that Kawasaki at 100%, and he knows that he can keep that same lap time all 20 laps through that main event. Last weekend in Phoenix, Ryan Dungey came away with that win, the first win in the Supercross class for KTM as a manufacturer. They've been working hard in the off-season. The production and the development of that motorcycle has surpassed anybody's expectations. Everybody thought Ryan Dungey was going to take a while to maybe get one of those wins, but round 2, Dungey already comes away with a win. KTM, they've been doing their homework. The key is here in Dodger Stadium for Chad Reed is we had a little bit of rain earlier in the day. The track was completely covered. They pulled it off. There's only one 12-minute session on practice. You got to nail it with your settings and your tires, because you don't have 3 shots at it like you normally do in a Supercross. Trey Kennard, he missed the opener in Anaheim. Phoenix, he finished up in 7th, and he's just building on that foundation, and we'll see if he can come away with a good start. It's time for Trey Kennard to step it up here in round 3 and possibly get on the podium, and if not, maybe a win. Here tonight in Dodger Stadium, Ryan Villopoto, he's got to duplicate what he duplicated in Anaheim. And what I'm talking about is that start and just ride his own race. He knows he can come from the back of the pack, but I think tonight here at Dodger Stadium, with the way we have this track, how technical it is, I don't know if he's going to be able to come from the back of the pack and get on that podium there. It's going to be technical tonight, that's one thing. It's going to be a fast track because it's not going to be wet, and it's going to be dry, and like we've seen in the past couple races, the guy who gets the start usually comes away with that win in the main event.